Hey everyone, welcome back to Beans Ballcard Blog on Twitter. Not on Twitter, Beans Ballcard Blog on YouTube. Well, it took 3 seconds to make the first error. As you can tell, I am not editing these to make myself look smart. So anyway, this is gonna be a little bit of a compilation mail day. You can see 6 stands in front of you. I've picked up some hockey cards lately, just some small purchases from some different places, hence the title of this particular video. Something I've said that I want to start trying to, get information out there. I've recently, and I say recently, it was like yesterday or the day before, hit 200 subscribers, which is awesome. For whatever reason, I've gotten a lot more subs lately. I know I have subbed a lot of channels, and I think that's helped. So to each and every one of you that has subbed and views this, thank you. I really appreciate it. I can't say enough. And I've noticed, like my last video, I'm starting to get more and more comments on them. And comments are the things that make the people that are doing this want to keep doing it. So if you're watching a lot of videos, just drop them a line. Just say, hey, thanks for the video. If you don't have something particular to whatever that guy did or gal, just comment, hey, thanks for the video. I love your channel. Just something like that, because that helps guys keep wanting to go. I know that from myself, and I also know that based on something I said on somebody else's video, I believe it was Triple Crown 24's, he kind of replied the same thing. So just want to do that. But anyway, so I'm trying to get out a little bit of word, I guess now that I'm at 200, about some other channels that maybe y'all may not know about. So since this mail day is going to be all hockey, Puck Luck 716, and that's Puck, space Luck space 716 on YouTube. I think he's got less than 10 subscribers right now, but if you like hockey cards or you just like to watch people open boxes, he's done a lot of hockey boxes, some from last year, but everything's been that I think I've seen has been in the last handful of years. Give him a whirl if you like hockey cards. If you don't, give him a whirl anyway, and tell him I sent you. I'll put a link to his page down below. And then on Twitter, if you're among the Twitter collectors, Sabres _fan _ 1970 is his Twitter handle. That's what I'm going for. So anyway, we're already 3 minutes in, and I haven't gotten to the cards yet. And before I do, I got one other thing. So I was watching today. I watched Eric, that Back Pages channel. I watched his new video, and he got a new piece of equipment to help hold his camera. And I watched a lot of guys, and I'm not sure how they're doing this. So I picked up a new piece to go along with my newer Mac. And I don't know what to do with the camera exactly. I'm trying to get some ideas of how people place those. I know some people place them above, and that was something that Eric said today, because Benji76, I think it's Benji76 Show is his YouTube channel. He does a top view on some of his stuff. Other people do top views. So I'm curious to know what everybody's doing, specifically if they have cameras they use. This is being done right now on an iPad. That's pretty simple. I can sit it up and go. And I know Mike, Baseball Collector, has told me that he uses iPad as well. But I wanted to step it up a little bit for myself. So I did a camera. And this is kind of what I have. As you can kind of see right here, I got it on Amazon. It's a newer company, or not a well-known company, but it had good reviews, and I got it. So it did come with a little bit of it came with a tripod, maybe only about 4 inches tall, that this can go into. But my concern is when I'm opening cards, am I going to knock into that tripod? I'm trying to do things where I'm not knocking into my camera and moving it around. So I'd love if you could comment, if you use a camera of some sort, just comment kind of what you do, or give me a rough idea, or hey, even if you want to make a video from your phone showing your setup and kind of how you do things. I bet you there's others that would love to see it too. All right, anyway, we're 5 minutes in. Let's get to the cards. So, again, all hockey. If you haven't been seen any of my hockey videos before, I'm a Chicago Blackhawks fan, have been since high school. I have a senior picture in my Blackhawks jersey to prove it, so don't call me bandwagon. And the first card is going to be, and the only one that will be a Blackhawks card in this mail day. So this is, I believe, yeah, so 13-14 Upper Deck Black Diamond Championship rings. And as I move it around, you can see the reflection on those, kind of a rainbow look to, refractor look to them. Upper Deck has done a great job with these things. Unfortunately, when the Hawks, the Hawks have won the Stanley Cup 3 times in the last decade, but only twice have there been championship ring sets. The first time they won, it wasn't something that Upper Deck was doing. So I am working to complete this one. I'm probably about halfway through it. I have them in a binder. So someday as I accumulate a little bit more, I will maybe do a showcase on those, kind of show you where I'm at or what I'm looking for. But anyway, that's the Patrick Kane, which is going to be one of the more expensive ones in the set on name only. People tend to list these on eBay and list them for ridiculous amounts. You know, they're talking $10 for a common, and this is a Patrick Kane. I think with shipping, and he's probably the best-selling player in that set. I think he sells better than Jonathan Taves. It cost me $10 for him, so I'm not paying $10 for a common. So eventually, over time, I will get those and put that set together, but I'm going to put that in the front because it's so beautiful, although you can't see the reflection now. So that, by the way, was an eBay, and it was on an auction, as I said, so that's why I was able to get that at a good price. So on Twitter a couple weeks ago, I found a new seller. I think it was kind of through the On Replin thing because he was using it, and he had a nice deal on this card that I was able to get for less than from Column C, which is saying something on anything that's available Upper Deck E-Pack. But I got the Ropey Hintz Young Guns from last season. Hintz has been the best player on the Stars so far this year. They're finally starting to turn things around a little bit after a pathetic start. But wanted to add one of these to both my collection and my wife's binder. So one down, one to go. Ladies and gentlemen, Ropey Hintz. All right, what do we got next here? So speaking of my wife's Stars binder, so, you know, she's not a card collector, but I have her binder that has a lot of Dallas Stars cards in it. A few Alexander Ovechkin, you know, I think I've said it before on the channel. She denies it, but she'd leave me for Ovi. And you know what? I'd be okay. You know, I wouldn't blame her if she did. But anyway, I've also got some 90210 cards in there for her. But I had a local guy on Twitter, and literally local, we found out a few months ago that he literally lives 3 minutes from me. He's just across the main road over there, and I helped him at last second. I was able to pick up have a couple of cards for him of somebody who was getting signed the next day. Well, he messaged me again a couple of weeks ago and said, "Hey, I'm meeting Joe Pavelski tomorrow. Do you have any cards I can get signed? My Sportlots seller fell through." I said, "Sure. You know, I'm sure I got something." I was able to come up with 6, which I was pretty excited about. He's like, "You know, what do I owe you? Cards, money?" I'm like, "Hey, if you can get an extra one signed, one of these signed for my wife's binder, that'd be great." Unfortunately, he said that while Pavelski was a nice guy, he was only signing 1 autograph per. So I did not get that. But in return, what he did is he had a Marty Turco, who is a Stars legend. He had this Turco Top Stars rookie signed. So he was kind enough to drop that into my mailbox for my wife's binder. And when she looked at it, she was definitely happy about it. And it definitely made everything worth it. Probably more excited about that than if it had been Pavelski anyway, because he would have been in a Sharks uniform. So that was really, I guess, picked up through Twitter. So right in front of you, you've got Twitter in the back, you got eBay, and then another Twitter, and then finally 3-card purchase on Sportlot auctions. So from seller SV Sports Cards. So he had a couple of cards I was really interested in. I will show the one I wasn't as interested in, but I took it as it was cheap. I think I paid with the, additional shipping per card. I still paid less than $2 for it. One of the best mustaches, and unfortunately, you're not going to be able to see it real well in here, but a Cal Clutterbuck autograph. Like I said, I got this for less than $2, and the dude's just got a killer stash. So I think I have another autograph of him, or a game used or something. He doesn't get a whole lot of cards because he's a grinder. He's not really a goal scorer. But he does have a little bit of a cult following just because of the awesome stash that makes me jealous that I can't grow. I mean, it's very Tom Selleck-ish. So, which one do I show next? All right, let's show this one. So, my buddy Shane of the Shoebox Legends Twitter, I know he's been collecting these, but I was able to find one of these on Sportlots auctions. So, this is a buyback, as you can see right by my thumb there, 19 out of 25. These were bought back and inserted into Upper Deck packs. I don't remember exactly what brand into. Probably about 2 or 3 years ago. And these are 92-93 Fleer Ultra, just buybacks. And, stars. Who doesn't love the name Darcy Wakaluk? I mean, I was in junior high and huge into hockey when this came out. And I just love the guy because of his name. So I was able to pick this up, I think, for, again, just a couple of bucks. Pretty thrilled about that because I know that my buddy Shane that's slowly trying to pick these up. Now, he's picked up some bigger names, but he's paying a lot more. Like I said, if you haven't checked out Sportlots auctions, you ought to give that a whirl. So, glad to add that. That's not going into my wife's binder. That's going to stay in my collection. And finally, this one will probably stay in my collection as well. One more Dallas Star from the same seller. T.S. Janmark doesn't look like anything too special unless you know hockey cards pretty well. But as you can see right below his hand, and I will move my thumb right there, you can see it is serial number 3 out of 10. These are what are called the high gloss. It's a parallel that goes into Upper Deck every year. They do exclusives to 100, and then they do high gloss out of 10. So I picked that up, I think, for about $3. That, to be honest, I'll probably set up in a case, reprice it, and try to move that at a local card show. Not that stars sell terribly well. It's just, we're not in a hockey area. But, I may be able to turn that and just make a few bucks off of it. I've pulled a couple of those in my day, including Gustav Nyquist Young Guns high gloss that I think I got about $250 out when that thing came out. He was hot. He played for the Red Wings, who were, in the midst of their 25 or so straight playoff appearances. So did well with that. Definitely brought back some fond memories just seeing another high gloss, even if it's not a Young Guns. But anyway, so if you've already made it through 13 minutes, I appreciate it. Please like if you like what I'm doing. Please subscribe if you haven't already. In the comments below, just if you can, just leave me some feedback for those of you that are content creators, and kind of what you're doing to take your videos, or if you have a camera similar to mine, how you use it, how you set it up, and see what seems to work best for you. I would really appreciate it, and I truly believe that there'll be some others that'll read it that'll probably appreciate the input as well. So that's it for now. Hope everyone has a great evening. Happy collecting, y'all.